Force Walks are a signature fundraising event at the American Lung Association. Together, they rally friends, neighbors, and colleagues to raise their voices against lung cancer and for lung health for everyone. Nicole Mendoza, the Senior Development Manager for the American Lung Association in Los Angeles, spoke to me about what the ALA is doing to take steps in the right direction in California about the smog and air pollution epidemic.
Yeah, the American Lung Association actually runs a clean air report every year. I believe it is in February. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the date right now. But it is typically the beginning of the year. And so you can actually go online when this report is released and look at your actual county and see where you rate in a number of different air pollutant categories.
Mendoza also mentioned that Los Angeles continuously ranks high as being one of the worst air polluted cities not only in the state, but in the country as well.
For Los Angeles, we are in the top 5 for many of those categories, believe it or not, with the amount of cars that we have on the road and the high population. And so the American Lung Association is very much an advocate for clean air initiatives, electric vehicles, public transportation. So we do know it is a big problem in Los Angeles, and the more people that know about it and start to understand it more, that's really where our progress is going to come from.
While many were there to represent deceased loved ones taken by lung disease and lung cancer, there were also groups such as the South Coast Air Quality Management District that were there to fight for healthy lungs and clean air initiatives.
So air pollution has been a problem in the Los Angeles area for a very long time. It causes many different kinds of health problems. The South Coast Air Quality Management District has a lot of programs and a lot of policy matters that we work on to encourage cleaner air technologies, to better control air pollution, and reduce the pollutants in the air.
After an article was published in the Los Angeles Times on how smog and air pollution has actually increased over the past few years, I was curious to see how some of the Lung Force walkers reacted to that information.
Well, our doctor told us that too, that she has more and more cases of chronic asthma coming in because of the air. But it makes you mad, you know. You think that things are getting better and actually somehow they're getting worse. We go to the Midwest a lot where it's not a problem and there's quite a difference.
Jones also wanted to mention that this is not just a problem we are seeing in Los Angeles.
If you go to other major cities like Beijing and Mexico City come to mind, the smog is so thick. The sky is actually yellow, and in China I notice when you go inside, if it's wintertime, there's so many sulfide products in the air that your skin starts to burn when you go in and get warm. So you can imagine what it does to your lungs and your eyes and your skin and hair. But it's a worldwide problem. You can't just cure it in one place because we're in one Earth cycle of air and everything, so it has to be a huge human awareness of the atmosphere and what we're doing to it.
I then spoke to a member of the leadership board to find out what he thinks we can be doing to make a difference.
I think definitely, getting companies at the corporate level involved, whether just based on their usage and kind of just becoming more mindful of engaging in environmental practices that create for, clean, quality air. I think that's definitely a way about it. But yeah, it's about stimulating, I guess, a discussion, involving everyone.
Hasina Lina Radna spoke to me about her frustrations with the environment in Los Angeles and her ongoing battle with stage 3 lung cancer.
I think we need to give up our cars, and there should be better public transportation, obviously, and we should also be aware of other things that do cause cancer directly, like radon and those things. But yeah, air pollution, yes, I think we have to do more to cut down by using bikes, and I know that is growing now, but we do need more of that. That's important, and that's what caused. We might have a mutation, but it's kind of, I think, impacted by our environment. It's not purely, your genes. Something causes it to happen, and that part of it is the environment.
People from all walks of life join in on the Lung Force Walk to take initiative and find ways to help bring awareness to air pollution and smog, as it is a huge problem in Los Angeles. Since having stricter laws on polluting industries, an ambitious California program requiring car owners to regularly take their vehicles for smog tests, and other pollution controls mandated by the 1970 Clean Air Act have been a huge reason as to why we have seen improvements in the air quality. To find out more facts and information, head on over to my Q&A section with Dave Klegern, the Public Information Officer of Climate Change Programs on the California Air Resources Board.